We're going to insert some comments here, and comments are nothing more than just little notes that you can put inside a cell that don't appear until you actually hover over the cell. For example, the front office I have here will be sending out invoices to our clients, and what I'd like to do is put in some comments to how to correctly fill out this invoice before we actually send it off. So for example, I'm going to click in the name cell here, and I want to insert a comment that tells them if they don't have the company's name, that instead they can enter in the customer's first and last name. So to insert a comment, I'm going to come up here on the Review tab, click on that, come down to Comments Group and click on New Comment. Pop up here with the name that at least I have on my computer. We'll talk about that later. But I can just go ahead and start typing in my comment here. And you can see that the comment keeps scrolling down if I have more text to enter. When I'm finished, all I have to do is come over here and click off in a blank area, and it leaves me a little red triangle. That's an indicator that when I hover over that cell, it'll give me the pop-up so I can read the notes that were inserted into that cell. And when I move off, it disappears. Now, is this going to print off? Well, the best way to find out is to click on the print preview. That way, don't waste paper and time when I print it off and I find out that it does or it does not print. So I'm going to come up here, click on the Office logo button, come down to Print, and then go to Print Preview. And as you can see, that it doesn't show the comment here at all. I'm going to close out of the Print Preview. And let's do another one. How about if we go ahead and make a comment here for entering in the customer ID, that if they don't know it, to check with their manager. Now I can come up here, click on the cell, and go to my Review tab to create a new comment, but instead, when in doubt, I usually tell my students to right click, and there's a second way of inserting your comments. Go ahead and left click on that, gives me the pop-up, and then of course when I'm finished, click off in a blank area. So now I have a couple of comments here. Now if I need to make changes like editing the comments or deleting them, I can just simply go ahead and click in the cell and then right click and go to edit or delete the comment. Delete it, it's gone. Click off. I'm going to go ahead and undo that and click off in a blank area to bring it back. So when I hover over it, it pops up. And then if I want to read more about this comment here, because you can see that it's cut off, it just only fits that little tiny square box, I can right click on that cell and go up to edit the comment. And then I can click and drag and move up and down within the comment, or I can click and drag the corner of the comment to stretch it out more so I can read more of it. And when I click off in a blank area, watch what happens. When I hover over it, it pops up, shows me a little bigger note there. Of course, you have a way of navigating around in your comments. You can go to the previous comment, the next comment, and then it says, look, I've reached the end of the workbook, because if you look, when I clicked on next comment, it's going down. There's no comments down at the bottom, so it wants to start at the beginning here. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and it goes to the next comment. So I can quickly toggle through all the comments here and read them all by clicking on the next button, delete them, and edit the comment up here in the comments group. Or when in doubt, you can always right click on the comment as well. Now as you saw in the comments, they have my name there. Or if you're finding out that when you create your comments it has like Dell or HP or the computer's name and not your name there, you can make those changes here by clicking on the Office logo button. Coming down to Excel options, you're looking in the popular group and it's just right down here. Personalize your copy of Microsoft Office. So when you delete whatever default name is in here and type over it with your name and then click OK, it'll affect all of Office, not just Excel. It'll affect Word and Outlook, any other Office programs that you have installed on your computer. Of course, if you make the changes, when you hover over your comment, it won't automatically update those comments. Now you can make a few other changes to your comments. For example, when I right click and I go to edit the comment, I can come in here and select the text of the comment, and I can make it bold, Control B for bold, and Control B again to bold it all. I can also come up here on the Home tab and make any subtle changes here like the font size to 10. And then outside of the text, if I go ahead and I right click on the border of the comment, just right click here, I can come down here to format the comment and do a little bit more with the fonts, the colors, the underlining, and so forth. Maybe you want something in red. Also, you can change the color of the comment. Instead of the typical yellow, you can come up here to Colors and Lines, click on the drop down arrow for colors, go to Fill Effects. You can also insert a picture there, click on the Select Picture button, it'll browse, and then browse through your computer, find your pictures, and I've got some sample pictures here, maybe autumn leaves. Double click on that. You can see it here, click OK, and okay, doesn't look all that great, but at least you get the point here. You can change the formatting of your comments so all your new comments have autumn leaves, or they're blue or black, or when you're finished you can click off in a blank area to again hide your comments. Finally, if you want to be able to show all your comments, not just when you hover over them, but permanently pop up, you can come back to your Review tab, go to your Comments group and say that you want to show all comments. That way, they will always display, of course. Then if you want to be able to print these, we want to go to our Page Layout tab and click on the expandable dialog box button for our Page Setup group. Click on that, come to your Sheet tab, and you see where it says Comments. You can click on the drop down arrow and say that you would like your comments to display at the end of the sheet or displayed as you see them on the sheet. So if I select as displayed as I see them here and then click on the Print Preview, click on the page to zoom in, you can see as they're displayed here. And then I'll go ahead and close the Print Preview. Now the reason why you want to do it from the Page Layout here, your expandable dialog, to click on the Sheet tab, is because you can only make changes here versus going actually to the Office logo button to Print Preview, and then clicking on the Page Setup. When you come to the Sheet tab, even though it's available, you can't change the comments there. In the Print Preview's Page Setup, you actually have to cancel out, close out, and go to the actual Page Layout tab, and then click on the expandable dialog box button. Now the other option that we had when it came to Print Preview on the Sheet tab here is that we can actually display it at the end of the sheet. Instead of showing the comments here, we can have them dump at the end of the worksheet. So when I click on Print Preview, you don't see them here, but I got an extra page. Click down, go down to the next page. I'll click in the center of the page to zoom out. You can see my comments are there. I'll click again up at the top to zoom in. It tells me what cell the comment's in, who made the comment, and the actual text within the comment. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as soon as I upload a new video, you'll be notified instantly, and you can do that by coming over here and clicking on my face. You can also click here to support me, so for $2 a month, you can have access to over 2,700 training videos, all ad-free, and for a few bucks more, you can have access to my exercises, instructor notes, quizzes, certificate of completion, and a whole lot more.